The biggest mystery after Star Wars Rebels Season 4 has to be what happened to Ahsoka Tano during the Galactic Civil War. Ahsoka is a character of action, so it just doesn't seem right that she wasn't part of the events of the original trilogy, that she just let Darth Vader do horrendous things to the galaxy. Now, it is true that she might have thought Darth Vader was killed in that blast on Malachor, but it still doesn't explain why she didn't join the efforts of the rebellion. I have theorized in the past that Ahsoka went back to the world between worlds after being on Malachor. The Topps trading cards created by Dave Filoni show us that when she was on Malachor, she entered a portal similar to the one Ezra enters on Lothal, entering the world between worlds, that is. So once there, it is possible that Ahsoka was shown important events by Morai, her animal guide, the owl or Condry. She might have even seen Luke saving his father Anakin and intuitively known that she needed to stay out of the way and let these events unfold. She may have also seen in the world between worlds the great threat of the Grisk in the unknown regions, and the role that Thrawn, Ezra, and Sabine and her could play in saving the known galaxy from this threat. So I could be wrong, but Ahsoka, knowing the Galactic Civil War would be won by the rebellion, may have started to prepare for the growing problem of the Grisk. This is why she may have visited the Bendu on Atollon for training and hunted down various artifacts that would help defeat the Grisk, like her staff. She may have even traveled to the unknown regions trying to find hints of Ezra, only to find out firsthand how horrible the Grisk can be. This could explain where she has been all this time. She set off on a search for Ezra already. She very well could have been corresponding with Sabine during this entire time too, letting her know how the search is going periodically. Of course, Sabine felt like she couldn't leave Lothal because Ezra had charged her with the task of taking care of the planet in his absence. It's only once the Galactic Civil War is finished that she feels comfortable leaving the planet, and Ahsoka owes Ezra her life. So as mentioned at the beginning of the video, Ahsoka is a character of action, and although she may have done some training and searching for Force artifacts, I believe that she might have been out there looking for Ezra during the Galactic Civil War. This certainly would speed up the search for Ezra and prevent the series from taking on a Star Trek-like adventure. But that said, let's hear from you, the community, on this mystery of Ahsoka during the Galactic Civil War.
I've shared some theories about Ahsoka Tano, and now it's your turn to share your thoughts as well. And as always, the theory crafting commenters on this channel have shared some fantastic ideas. So let's get to the first one here, which is Alex M, and he's saying, I think Ahsoka would have met Yoda at some point and learned some more knowledge of the Force. After all, Galen Merrick met with Yoda on Dagobah in Legends timeline in The Force Unleashed. Yeah, Alex, this would be a really cool idea. Whether she meets with Yoda or Obi-Wan, there's really lots of potential for her to be doing things during this time, meeting with some of those lost Jedi. Next up here we have The Do It Later says, Ahsoka continuously said she was not a Jedi, so she would not be searching out Jedi relics. I believe she could be looking for the Bendu though. Yeah, The Do It Later, I added this to my ideas for videos. I think this is a really cool theory. The idea that Ahsoka would search out not Jedi relics, not other Jedi Masters, but actually the Bendu, which we know, maybe not necessarily in canon, but Dave Filoni has implied on his Twitter that she did meet with the Bendu. She should at least know about the Bendu, so seeking him out and gaining knowledge from him about the Force and how it should be used. That would be absolutely awesome. Moving on here, we have Lucas, who simply says, Ahsoka Tano equals the mother of the Force. Now, she does have connections to the daughter in the Mortis arc of the Clone Wars. She was actually brought back to life. The daughter sacrificed her life so that Ahsoka could come back to life. The daughter was sort of a mother of the Force type figure. So Lucas, this is another cool idea. She could be the mother of the Force. But moving on here, up next we have JJ. He says that neither Ahsoka nor Kanan talk about rebuilding the Jedi Order. And this is kind of strange to me. Do they both think the Jedi Order was a mistake? Again, I'm going to do a proper video on this one in the future, but do they think it was a mistake? I think they actually do, to tell you the truth, JJ. Thanks for your great question there. Up next is Ward Lafferty, longtime supporter of the channel. Ahsoka is using the world between worlds as a tool to learn where the Jedi went wrong, or at least lost their way. by following the will of the politicians, not the will of the Force. Yeah, I like that a lot, Ward. She is trying to find out what is the will of the Force, how does she follow the will of the Force, and how does she move beyond the training that she got from the Clone Wars era Jedi that we know was flawed because of what happened at the end of the Clone Wars with the Jedi being wiped out. But as well, Luke Skywalker has mentioned this in The Last Jedi, that they moved away from listening to the Force. Great comment, Ward, and thanks for all your support. So up next, I wanted to get some of your comments about what exactly you thought about Children of the Force theory, the Children of the Force theory that was Ahsoka during the time of the original trilogy, rescuing the Children of the Force, taking them somewhere, maybe in the unknown regions, to create a new and better Jedi Order. So up first here we have Ive Peters. He says, Ahsoka was gathering knowledge in Force-sensitive children and moving them to the Lasat origin homeworld for safekeeping, where she returns after finding Ezra to train a new generation of Jedi. Really cool idea. I like that idea that you sort of, instead of just going to the unknown regions, we're going to the unknown regions in a very specific place, the Lasat homeworld. Another cool theory crafted commenter here is Magnificent Gaming. He says, I think Ahsoka was rescuing Force-sensitive children that the Inquisitors had captured and bringing them back to their parents. I don't think she thought it was her duty to start a new Jedi Order. So that's an interesting thought as well. Really like that, Magnificent Gaming. The idea that she's not just finding Force-sensitive children, but actually going and finding them wherever the Inquisitors, wherever Emperor Palpatine has them, she's taking them and taking them back to their families, maybe moving their families somewhere safe, maybe the unknown regions, maybe the Lasat homeworld, wherever that might be. Really like that idea. We also have here Brick Something. He says, this has an interesting parallel to the lesson that Rose and Leia and Holdo are trying to teach Finn and Poe throughout The Last Jedi, which is made explicit as, that's how we're going to win, not fighting what we hate, saving what we love. So in Star Wars Rebels in original trilogy terms, while the Rebel Alliance is busy fighting the Empire, the real victory will come in saving the children of the Force, and Luke saving his father Anakin from Vader/Sidious. And that's awesome, Brick Something. I'd never really made that connection between that line and The Last Jedi and Luke saving his father Anakin, but you're absolutely right. Luke decided not to kill Vader and Emperor Palpatine, the thing that he could have hated, but he saved what he loved in Anakin, and Anakin destroyed the Emperor. Very cool. So up next, I also wanted to include some of your thoughts on my Luke Guardian theory. This is where Ahsoka is shadowing Luke, making sure that Emperor Palpatine isn't able to catch him so that Luke can get to that point where he's trained by Yoda and defeats Darth Vader, Anakin is redeemed, and the Emperor's defeated. Ahsoka Guardian theory. And Crythanth Hackface says, I don't think she really had much to do with the rebellion after the rescue by Ezra. If she had any contact with them at all, that will include Luke, though I could imagine a chance meeting where she helped him out with something or give him some advice without revealing who she is. Yeah, that would be interesting if they sort of come across each other, especially like in the comics or something like that, where Luke doesn't really get to know who she is, but we all freak out because it's like, that's Ahsoka. That's a really cool idea. Moving on, lastly here we have Medieval Man 9. He says, she's out there looking for lost knowledge about the Force, about the ancient Jedi teachings. And I know that's only a small excerpt of what you wrote, but yeah, I really like that part. She's out there. I think that's maybe where I'm going to go next with another theory on Ahsoka is, you know, what she's out there searching for and what is her mission. It might be to find these ancient Jedi teachings. Maybe that's from the Bendu. Maybe it's finding some of the books that Luke found. Maybe it's, you know, finding Octo and the teachings that she might be able to find in that original Jedi temple. But as always, I love the way you think there, the Medieval Man 9. But hey guys, remember, I'm Mike, and I'd love you to subscribe and join our Star Wars theory crafting community here, where we share our thoughts and encourage those who do the same. May the Force be with you.